6 Types of Thai Girls. Thousands of men travel to Thailand to find a mate, but have a very vague idea of the local culture. There is no time to read forums. Learning Thai is the lot of crazy enthusiasts. There is still time on the plane between takeoff and lunch. We suggest you spend it profitably, by studying our guide to the types of Thai women. Siamese. According to stories on the internet, the image of the Thai women more negative. After all, family happiness is not customary to flaunt, but they cry about failures at every corner. Let's say you know what you want from the woman, but you have no idea what is going on in the head of the Thais. It is a mistake to believe that miniature dark-skinned girls came from another planet. They, like many women in the world, want love, attraction, respect, security, well-being and stability. At the same time, each has its own history and experience, its own dreams and hopes. And also a general fear: is the chosen one serious enough in relation to her? Only weeks and months together will let you know about all this. The fact that Asians are caring, touching and helpful should not be considered the cornerstone of a successful relationship. In Thailand, as elsewhere, you cannot buy love for money, just get a high-quality imitation in exchange for caring and following the rules of the game. In any case, diving headlong into the maelstrom of romance is a disastrous decision. 40% of Bangkok women remain unmarried, but what awaits you when you try to strike up a relationship? 1. Bargirl. We will refer to this category everyone whom you can meet at night in hot places and take to your room for a certain fee. They can be tied to a bar or simply freelance at discos. Education. Primary and secondary school, average 6 to 9 years. It is unlikely that she will find Mexico on the globe. I have never heard the names of artists, writes with errors. The language barrier. Can communicate on everyday topics using Taglish. It is not recommended to use complex sentences and verb tenses. It will only listen to you carefully and nod that they say, "I understood everything." At home. It can clean up the whole house to shine and then drive it to the market for food, but more often it seeks to possess 2 wands of power, the remotes from the TV and the air conditioner. Intelligent compatibility. Jesus Christ. Strange name. The difference in culture and mentality is colossal. Respect for the surrounding Thais. Better not to show yourself with her to people far from the sex industry. Thai society is still class-based and the bargirl are of the lower strata. The ability to adapt in your country. Cultural differences and laziness will become an obstacle. Unless you learn the language and completely change your social circle. Financial component. At best, she will sponsor you. At worst, he will undress to the skin. More often than not, you become a constant sponsor of both her and the cohorts of idlers from the Asian hinterland. A good couple if you are a gigolo, pimp, liar, or romantic libertine. Bad couple if you want a stable relationship with a good girl or imagine yourself as a savior knight. 2. Frick. Covered with tattoos, with huge holes in their ears, these girls spend their days in friends' apartments, tattoo parlors and nightclubs. The source of funds is parents, creative work, designer, stylist, modeling business or a boyfriend abroad. Education. High school, less often college and even a university. The language barrier. Due to poor academic performance, the level of English is low. If the freak speaks well, most likely, this is the result of communication with a large number of teachers and in front of you is a bargirl. At home. Narcissism will prevail over the urge to cook your dinner. A mess at home is a creative mess. Intelligent compatibility. She knows about John Lennon and Freddie Mercury, but a can of beer is more significant to her than all the poetry of the Silver Age. Respect for the surrounding Thais. Goes to zero outside the epicenters of nightlife. The ability to adapt in your country. Surprisingly well acclimatized in places with free morals, access to your favorite music and weed. Financial component. You will provide for her and possibly the child from your ex-boyfriend. The rest of the relatives often do not expect help from their freak daughter. This is an obvious plus. Good couple if you are, hipster, counterculturalist, freelance artist. Bad couple if you want a stable relationship with a good girl. 3. Thai woman in low-paying job. This could be a hotel maid, a factory worker, or a 7-Eleven cashier. Even old-age Thais, getting a job in a cleaning company, require 1 day off a week to find a rich farang. Education. A school, a vocational college, even an inexpensive university. The language barrier. Knows about 100 words in English. At home. There is a good chance that your house will be clean and she will not be picky about food. Intelligent compatibility. Keep looking if it matters to you. Respect for the surrounding Thais. You will expect people to be understanding, and they will regretfully decide that you are sliding down the social ladder. The ability to adapt in your country. Depends on the specific case, but the language barrier and the difference in mentalities will become an obstacle. Financial component. Don't let her get fired, which she will happily want to do after meeting a rich white. Otherwise, you will provide for the newly made isinkin, as is the case with the bar girl. Good couple if you decide to find a Thai wife without putting in a lot of effort. Bad couple if you are looking for a job together and don't want to sponsor her family. 4. Thai living in the village. The situation with young people in the villages is the same as elsewhere. At the first opportunity, teenagers leave for the cities. Therefore, here we are more often dealing with the older generation of secrets. Education. Initial 6, less often 9. The language barrier. Not speak English. At home. Try to explain to her the difference between your house and the rubbish hut. Intelligent compatibility. Johnny Depp? Is this your buddy? If he needs a Thai girlfriend, I have a niece. Respect for the surrounding Thais. In the village, you will be honored and respected as a source of free hong tong or moonshine, but do not expect the same in the city. The ability to adapt in your country. Low. Some illogical and annoying moments will be explained by Thai style. Financial component. As you can imagine, you have to sponsor a crowd of unfamiliar people whose money is slipping through their fingers. Numerous exclamations that you are a man with a good heart will be consolation. Jenny, sales manager. It seems to me that now the majority of single women are representatives of the middle class. Another category you should add is players. Why do they prefer solitude and eternal play with hearts to normal relationships? A good couple if you are looking for a traditional wife and are ready to add to the family in the person of her numerous relatives. You are going to live in a Thai village and will not die out of boredom from a series of Groundhog Days. True, many Farangs are now turning the villages of Thailand into Little Europe. Bad couple if you dream of integrating her into your social circle or controlling everything that happens in the family. 5. Middle-class Thai living in the city. Perhaps the most voluminous category. These are university students, office workers who have broken out of the rural poor, and various HR managers, and sales managers in Japanese corporations, and shop owners. Education. College or university. The language barrier. Her English is often better than yours. At home. Household chores will be performed not as a daily duty, but in the presence of free time. Intelligent compatibility. Unfortunately, a university degree in Thailand does not guarantee a developed intellect. Respect for the surrounding Thais. With her, you can appear at a party of any level. The ability to adapt in your country. Educated Thais strive to be like Europeans, Americans, but their behavior is full of things that are inexplicable from our point of view. It's great if she can work in the same field as at home. It is difficult to generalize whether the middle-class economic Thais. Some of my friends clean their homes on weekends, and when they have weekends, others won't bother. But one of my lazy friend, having married and given birth to a child, has become a different person. In truth, we all love to live clean. Financial component. The question of sponsoring a family of alcoholics from Izan, fortunately, is removed. Her parents themselves are quite wealthy. The question is how expensive gifts your chosen one will want and where she likes to dine. Good couple if you are looking for a Thai wife of the same level as you, ready to share your everyday life in the stone jungle. Bad pair if you are looking for a submissive Thai woman for housekeeping and foot massage in the evenings. 6. Urbanized Thai middle class plus and above. Wealthy girls who have made a career or taken a place in the family business, such girls are difficult to reach. It is natural for them to marry Thais of their own circle, and an affair with a foreign runs the risk of meeting the rejection of relatives. The language barrier. He speaks excellent English, often knows the basics of several more languages. At home, we'll have to hire a housekeeper. Intelligent compatibility. A great chance to discuss global politics and the damage to the global ecosystem from whaling, if her reference book wasn't cosmopolitan. Respect for the surrounding Thais. Many doors will open for you, plus you will get useful contacts for work and business. The ability to adapt in your country high when a girl has a European education. The exact opposite case is the fruit of Thai high society. Financial component. This is usually a financially independent professional. The severity of the question about your capital depends on why it is with you. Love, attraction to masculinity, enthusiasm for your stellar qualities. Or is it a career and the size of a bank account? Good couple if you are looking for a lover, partner and friend all rolled into one who shares your life goals and priorities. Bad couple if you are looking for an exotic alternative to compatriots or do not have special attractiveness, status.